Now, Daniela works with dolphin energy, with the consciousness of the dolphins, and I wanna take a little dive into that for a second, Daniela. Working with the dolphins, why did you choose the dolphins? Did they choose you? Either way, to start to work with that energy. Why is that?
Why is that? Who chose who? I love that question. That's a great question, Ken. Like I said earlier, I never got into this work. I think from, breaking through the veil, I was always in this line of work some way or another, because I always had this tremendous love for life, and I always felt this tremendous interconnectedness, but I also felt disconnected from other people because they were not disconnected, except my father. He was quite connected, and he always seems to make it into these podcasts somehow. He was the first love of my life.
Yeah.
And he's no longer with us, but he's always chiming in, like I said. But I think it had to do with the joy and the dynamism that joy has, when joy is not just a passion, but it is an energy that springs from you, that resonates from you inherently as your being. Because of course I go through up and downs like the rest of us. So I think as I've been evolving in my life and leaving my country, Switzerland, behind, which is where I was born and raised, coming over here to the United States and getting on the real evolutionary train or speedboat at times. There were many phases of evolution, even my body being upgraded and feeling quite bogged down with a lot of pain and physical symptoms. And when I was at the low point where I felt like I'd sort of hit my limit, because my physical vehicle needed to expand. It needed to go further to where my human ego self was holding the limits. So I needed to really surrender with compassion and drop into that infinity. And the dolphins provided that infinity when I had a near-death experience or something along that line of when I just completely surrendered my ego. They were able to sweep in. And then when they swept in, they were able to whirl me around, and I saw, oh yeah, it's exactly how I always imagined it would be. And so because their energy is joyful, playful, loving, and very directive, and they're sort of telling me, well, your energy is sort of similar.